talk about holding energetic boundaries as an empath or a highly sensitive person. We have the beautiful sun coming in this morning, giving us sun codes with the Lion's Gate coming up. So it's almost painful for me to walk around public sometimes, seeing and feeling the pain that everyone is carrying around. Any advice? I was talking about this last night with my friend Kimberly. We were holding a class together and somebody else posed that question. I said, one, we need to make sure that we are checking if we have a savior complex. And what I mean by that is feeling like we have to help every single person. That could come from a couple different areas. Okay, not saying just this for you, this is for everybody. So oftentimes we're doing that because we have wounded inner children within us that never received what they needed in childhood, whether that's spiritually, physically, emotionally, or mentally. And so we take it upon ourselves, our personal responsibility, to heal as many people as we can, because we know what it feels like to hurt so incredibly deeply. So on our spiritual awakening journey, we come to all these revelations of how we have improved our life through our own healing process. And we want to showcase that to other people so that they can improve their lives and feel more happy and harmonious. Absolutely love that. The issue is that not everybody wants to make that decision and that choice. Some people are being very adherent to their behavioral patterns or their triggers, or being narcissists and gaslighters. They are not participating in a unity consciousness, or maybe they don't have the tools and resources. Nobody gave them those things, right? But it is everyone's personal responsibility to heal oneself. Oftentimes we are putting band-aids on things for people, and they are draining our energy to temporarily have a fix, and then they go right back to whatever that they were experiencing beforehand, and then we are left feeling very empty because we just gave everything that we had. And that is a beautiful personality trait, to want to be a caretaker to the all. What we need to be doing is conserving that energy for the persons who are wanting to create forward movement in their life, but at the same time asking self, why do I feel this need to help everyone? Is it because I'm trying to validate my own self-worth or feel loved by helping other people? That used to be me in the past. I was a huge people pleaser, and I was masking a lot and bypassing my own needs, wants, and desires, and say, well, if I just help all these people, then I will feel loved within. Not saying that's you, okay? Just me in my experience. But I've seen that with other people and my clients. Oftentimes, too, empaths and light workers, highly sensitive persons, will have too open of channels. You are receiving so many different frequencies and emotions and people's thoughts and what's going on in their subconscious. Sometimes they're not even aware of what they're thinking. You're picking up on that in the deeper facets of them. That's oftentimes why there is miscommunication between us and others, because I hear and see the things that are not being said. And sometimes the other person's not aware of those either. and you're not on the same wavelength when you're conversating. When we are overextending ourselves like that, it is because you are hyper-focused on negative frequencies in said environment. I am looking for sadness. I am looking for anger. I am looking for people who are hurt. Probably because wounded inner children within. And that has been me in the past. Okay. When I go out and about now, yes, are there certain people or experiences or events that are happening? For sure. But I have to redirect back to myself and say, what is the role that I can take in this world and in my life to help other people? Because I know that I can't help everybody. Technically you can, though. You healing yourself is creating huge ripple effects into the collective. You helping people in your community and your environments is having ripple effects out. So it's more so of setting these very specific parameters of what your role in the world and collective is. I'm going to give an example, okay? So there was a time in my life, I love children. I have always worked with children in some type of capacity. They're just beautiful beings of light. And I wanted to help children who were victims of SA. I realized that I could not go down those avenues because it would bring me so much depression. I would be so incredibly sad. I don't think that I would be able to live my life in those capacities, but I still felt this really big call to do that on whatever level that I could. So now I help people with their inner children. If they're experiencing PTSD or trauma, I help liberate them and experience joy and magic and whimsy. And maybe I am activating somebody who is able to go work in those fields so that they can be in their joy and their bliss and be doing something that really lights them up and they're passionate about, right? But that doesn't detract from the things that I am doing for people's inner children. I have set those parameters with something that fuels me while I'm helping other people. And then we also need to check with those wounded inner children sometimes when we are going out in public and we're feeling social anxiety. Sometimes it's not actual social anxiety, it's the reality lenses that we're looking through because of trauma, and you have a response where you are looking for persons who are hurt or they have chaotic energy fields. You are looking for threats around you because that's what you were having to do in childhood, always be on a constant alert. So we are looking for the persons in the room that are agitated or they are feeling angry or sad, or they just have these really dense energy fields because we need to know where they're at to keep ourselves safe. So that is a process of you coming in as the higher self and saying, hey, how about when we go out and about, we look for people who are smiling, who are happy, who are excited about life, who are working on themselves and creating forward movement, who are resonant of our soul tribe members, that make us laugh, that we feeling like our magical multidimensional selves when we are around. If you reset those lenses, that is what you will experience. And that's not to bypass the things that are going on in the world right now, because they are intense. There's a lot that is breaking down and crumbling so that we can rebuild and move into the new paradigm. Choose the parameters of which you want to help people so that it's not so incredibly open 24/7, because that's overwhelming and that's overstimulating. You're not meant to help every single person on the planet. I mean, you are by healing yourself, but just in that very specific, intentional way. There's only so much that you can do as an individual. So us doing that, though, in our own specific parameter ways is how we heal the whole entire world. To wrap it up here, checking in on your inner children, asking if we have that savior complex, or if there's parts of us that feel that we need love by helping other people, or why is it our personal responsibility, figuring out why our channels are so open and receiving so many kind of lower frequencies, and figuring out what our own soul mission is and our purpose and how we do want to be helping people, or helping animals, or helping the environment. It can be so many different things that you can be supporting, but pick that for yourself and what exactly it is that you want to do more specifically to fuel your energy healing and channeling abilities. So I would love to hear in the comments if you have any questions or if this resonated with you, and I hope you have a super magical day.